Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Jason here. Today we're going over AMC. I know the markets aren't open today, but I know there's a lot of crazy talk going around AMC right now, so I want to go over that. If you haven't, make sure you guys slap the like button below. Not only does it help out this video, but it also helps out new people learn about AMC. Remember, if you're not a sub, at 10K subs, we do have some giveaways going on over on the public app. We're giving away some hot AMC stocks for free. So make sure you guys smack that subscribe button. Hit that little bell notification. Also, if you're wondering what charting system I'm using here, I'm using Webull. There's a link down below. Click on that link, sign up, put $100 in, you get 2 free stocks worth of $1,800. As you can see here, this last week was it's pretty much a straight across sweep for the most part. Obviously, it wasn't that big of a deal all the way until we got to Thursday. That's when you really seen this stock fall out. And I know there's a lot of people that's going to be like, he doesn't mention the hedge funds. Guess what? We mention the hedge funds every day. And I think everybody at this point knows we're fighting hedge funds. A big reason why we've seen this downfall right here, there's a lot of noise right now going around with the interview from Adam Aron, the CEO of AMC, with Jim Cramer, and the fallout of them wanting to add another 500 million shares into the pot and diluting the stock, right? And obviously, I think we can all realize that they're probably not going to dilute the stock with 500 million shares. It's just an option that says, hey, maybe we could do this. They want to have that option up their sleeve in case something bad happens. At the end of the day, this is a company that needs to stay alive, right? But I really don't think that's going to happen. I think, obviously, news media, news outlets are going to kind of clickbait people, just like, YouTube clickbaits people as well. They're going to put out articles that say, AMC to release 500 million shares. And then you have people that are like, well, I'm not reading that article. All I see there is 500 million shares, dilution, stock price goes down, I sell. And it's just how it is. I mean, I think we've all been around long enough. Some people just don't like to read. Some people see the first thing they do and they freak out and they go sell real quick. They try to get the first one in line, man, to sell or stop before the stock crashes. It's the same thing with a lot of other stocks. When they hear about dilution, people start going and selling and don't read. And it's a sad fact, but it is what it is. But again, we could see right here, there was a pretty good consolidation. I was actually kind of okay with this consolidation. It showed that the implied volatility was getting very low in the stock. It was coming together. We had a pretty good line between $11 and $10. We barely fell below $10 a couple times right in here, and we dropped right back over it. And then obviously on Wednesday, it was looking really good. We had a down the first half of the day, but a lot of stocks shot down at the first part of the day. Those last few days right there, especially on Tuesday and Wednesday. But going into Friday, I thought honestly it was going to be much the same. We'd see that little fall off. And then we would rise back up and maybe come to like $11 or so. It's going to be very happy with that. It's going to be like, this is good. The implied volatility is coming down. And we're starting to consolidate, going higher and higher and higher. Now it's a good reason to be happy about it. But, about 30 minutes into market open, I see the interview with Jim Cramer and Adam Aron. Jim Cramer obviously is Jim Cramer, right? He's pushing for answers, trying to twist some things here and there, And Adam Aron didn't sound super confident in some of his answers. And I wish he was a little bit more confident. Obviously, we showed that video yesterday. We should have been a little more confident in some of the answers instead of kind of beating around the bush on some of the answers saying, well, he said we could release 500 million shares. And Jim Cramer's like, that's what you need to do, obviously, to, cover the $5 billion in debt they are in, which again, I agree, obviously, there has to be something done with the $5 billion in debt. Because as a company, if you're a long-term investor in it, obviously you don't want that being there. So I do get that point, right? But I don't think they would even release 5 billion shares. But even if they did, we have over a month and a half left before that can even happen. So selling your shares right this second is just silly in general. That's just the way I look at it. Why didn't you sell at $14? You kind of knew about this dilution possibility a month ago, right? When you started voting, we all started voting. And a lot of people are voting no on that. I'm honestly expecting that to be voted no anyway. It's just like you knew about this a month ago. But why sell now? Just because it's on Jim Cramer, he is pushing for answers? Maybe because Adam Aron wasn't the most confident person in the world right there in that interview? Maybe so. But again, we need, as investors, we need to read articles. We need to watch the interviews ourselves and then make your decision after that. Not see an article and then, go pressing buttons as fast as you can to try to be the first one there, because that's what happens is that you sell off a stock and you don't even mean to sell your stock. We had a bunch of people come into the chat yesterday, people that have been in the channel for a while. So obviously you can't say somebody is just like a bot, because we all know there's bots out there, right? I have bots in my comment section arguing over which one's better, AMC or GME. Does it really matter which one's better? If you like that stock, Put money in that stock. It doesn't matter which one's better than AMC or GME. I don't care which one you vote in or put money in. It's neither here nor there. There's definitely bots. Don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is, though, these are actually people that have been in my channel for a while, and actual people I've seen in other communities for a while that said they just sold their stock without reading the articles because they thought it said they were going to dilute with 500 million shares and they wanted to get ahead of the game and sell their stock, right? You also had Stock Mo make a video, which is a pretty big YouTuber. He sold off his AMC stock because of that as well. And he thought the stock was going to go down and he'll buy it lower, right? He said he could be wrong, but he said he would buy lower. And I'm sure a lot of other people thought the exact same way and sold off. Did I sell off my stock? No, I still own my 1,200 shares. But again, I understand, if you're not reading articles, you can see that, you're going to freak out. But over to some other news right here. Some of your memes of the day right here. This is pretty much how I felt yesterday when people were like coming in saying they're selling their stocks. And in reading these articles, right, I already knew what was done I already knew what was said. This stuff is old news. So when they said they were diluting by 500 million shares, I thought, well, the vote hasn't even happened yet all the way, right? We won't even know the results until May. So obviously that's fake news. But this right here is funny though, man. It's pretty much how I feel like. This is about how good some people read too. Oh my God. Oh man. You also had this right here. Actually, Jim Cramer actually tweeted this out right here. It says, not sure what to make of this. Can you get Ryan to come on? GameStop and AMC. Man, about to do him dirty. Or Jim Cramer, man. Or Jim Cramer. But right here's one of the articles, right? AMC seeks approval to sell 500 million new shares. Well, I think this has been walked back a little bit from what I've heard. Some of these articles, now I've seen some articles too. It said AMC to sells. It didn't say seeks to approve. It doesn't say seeks to approval. A lot of articles said AMC to sell 500 million shares. As soon as you said article, you're like running to your computer real quick or running on your phone, trying to sell your shares to try to beat the rush, right? And I feel like if these right here would have been, obviously would have had stuff like this, seeks approval to, I think that would have calmed heads a little bit yesterday. But this right here, AMC is seeking investor approval to issue as many as 500 new shares, an opportunity for financial cushion while the theater chain works to draw fans back to the movies. Management doesn't necessarily intend to sell the new shares immediately, but wants an option to do so. Chief Executive Officer Adam Aron said Thursday in an interview on CNBC, the company announced the effort in regulatory filing last month, which we already knew this. AMC could use the shares to bolster its cash reserve, buy back debt at a discount, settle deferred theater rents, or pursue an acquisition, Aaron said. Now, an acquisition honestly wouldn't be that bad. The shares have soared over the past 6 months, benefiting from a Reddit-fueled investing frenzy that sent heavily shorted stocks into the stratosphere. There is a lot of good reasons for shareholders to give us authority, Aaron said. Shares of Leawood, Kansas-based company fell as much as 6.4% to $9.56 in New York, and the company's 12% second lien notes due 2006 rose more than a cent on the dollar to the high of $82.88, according to the Trace bond trading data. AMC has raised more than $1 billion in financing this year, which helped stave off bankruptcy while theaters were closed because of the pandemic. The company said previously it might seek more financing, and some creditors have suggested it to sell more shares to pay down debt. Now, again, when all these articles come out, right, like obviously, what the stock market is made for is for, these companies to, sell shares to help the company grow, to help the company pay off debts and things like that. We get that, right? We do get that. If they release some shares, dilution, a little bit of dilution, wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? But 500 million, you hear 500 million, you're doubling the shares in the inventory here. That's a big deal. That usually means you're going to have the share price cut in half. The theater chain has been hit hard by the government mandate shutdowns during the pandemic. While the company has been able to reopen all but a small portion of its locations, it's still operating at limited capacity to ensure extra space for customers, and many moviegoers have been reluctant to attend. The problem has been compounded by studios delaying major releases that drive ticket sales. And I do think this right here, again, will get resolved once, you know, more people obviously, or once more people get in vaccines. Obviously, you know, the later we get into this vaccine debacle right now, getting vaccines out finally, and people getting more vaccines. I think there was like 4 million people yesterday. A new record got vaccinated. That's good news for AMC and all the recovery stocks, right? More people getting vaccine. You know, hopefully the case numbers start going back down again. I know in some states it started going back up again. But again, hopefully, you know, we have things kind of level out. People are getting vaccinated. And things will kind of, I don't think we'll ever go back to straight normal for a little while, but things will get back to better normal, and we can see theaters open up over that 25% capacity, at least maybe to 60 to 70%. That would help out a lot with theaters. And hopefully we can get these theaters sold out like they are right now at 25%, but I think we can do that 50 and 60%. And things will get a lot better. The moral to this story is, you know, don't believe everything you see as soon as you see it, right? Make sure you guys are reading. Make sure you guys are doing D&D. You guys are investors now, especially if you guys are new investors, right? I've been in the market for almost 10 years, but you guys that are brand new, make sure you guys are reading articles. Don't believe the first thing you see. I get that you want to try to beat the rush to go sell your stocks. Make sure you guys are reading. It does you a world of good. I promise, right? And I know you come here and watch, you know, news here. Obviously, I'm one part of that piece of the puzzle, man, to you making a good, solid decision. But make sure you guys are also doing your own D&D. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm a crazy man. I mean, I'm wearing a Rocco's Modern Life t-shirt. You don't want to take advice from me. Make sure you guys are doing your own research. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you guys hit the like button below. Make sure you guys hit the sub button as well. Remember, there's a link down in the description. Hit that little Discord link as well. If you guys want to stay up to plays before anybody else, there is a link to the Patreon. Be in the secret live streams. Be up to date before anybody else on plays. I'll see you guys later. Peace.